Hello everyone and welcome to another character tutorial in my Halloween series. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to achieve this simple but deadly seductive vampire look great for Halloween. I'm going to show you how to go from this to this deadly vampire. First I'm going to start by removing excess oil on my eyelids with a tissue. Then I'm going to go in with my concealer and I'm going to dot this over the eyelids and blend it out with my fingertips. This will ensure that the eyeshadows we apply later on will appear vibrant and last throughout the night or day whenever you choose to wear this look. I'm then going to go in with a taupe cream eyeshadow base, and this will again cause those shadows to be really nice and vibrant. I'm just using my fingertips to apply this, and I'm applying this before powder so we don't have that chalky effect to deal with. Then I'm going to set the cream shadow and the concealer with a translucent powder. This will ensure that there's no excess moisture, which is the cause of creasing. Then I'm going to go in with a warm grey eyeshadow on a fluffy brush. I'm going to run that through the crease into the bridge of the nose and up to the eyebrow. This will actually go further up after we apply false lashes, but for now this will do. Then I'm going to go in with the bone shade in this palette, and I'm going to apply that to the brow bone to help transition that grey shade into the skin tone. Then I'm going to go in with that deep, warm taupe shade on a shader brush, and I'm going to apply that to the lid. Now make sure that you build this up in layers to get the opacity that you're after, and make sure you're blending between each layer for that very smoky look. I'm blending now with a fluffy brush right up into that grey transition shade. Again, this colour will come up even further after applying false eyelashes. Then I'm going to go in with the warm black shade on the edge of that shader brush. I'm going to really push this into the lash line to ensure we get a really black lash bed. I'm then going to blend that out with a little bit more of that shade that we used on the lid to ensure with easy blending. Then I'm going to use my Kajal liner, which is in black. I'm going to tight line my eyes going all the way into the inner corner. I'm also going to really push this into the lashes to again create a very deep dark effect, and later on I will be lining my waterline. I'm also going to place that on the upper lash line and blending it out with that black shade to really give a smoky effect to the eyes. Then I'm going to curl my lashes to prepare them for one coat of mascara, and I'm going to use the Vamp false eyelashes from Australis to create that very vampy effect. Now I'm going to move on to the face. I'm going to use my primer just in my T-zone where I get oiliest and where pores tend to show up more on my skin. I'm then going to mix a white foundation with my usual everyday foundation, and on a buffing brush I'm going to apply that to the skin, and I'm going to really push it into the skin using a damp beauty blender to give a really flawless effect and make sure there's no brush strokes. I'm then going to use my concealer to conceal any blemishes just the way I usually do, and patting that in with the damp beauty blender again. Now I want a matte look, so I'm going to ensure that I set this really well with a translucent powder. You don't need much of this powder, just a little bit over where the glow is. Then I'm going to work on the lower lash line. I'm going to take that shade we used on the lid on the edge of that shader brush to really deepen up the lower lash line. I'm then going to blend that out with a little bit of the grey transition shade we used on the upper lid to create a very smoky effect. Then I'm going to apply a lot of black mascara to the lower lash line. Feel free to apply lower lashes. Then using my new AC on Tour Australis contouring palette, I'm going to use the middle shade, which has the most grey tone out of the three bottom shades, on my Ultimate Cheekbone brush from Bray Morris, which is my favourite brush to contour with. It makes it so simple, so easy. So I'm really going to carve out those cheekbones, add a lot of depth to the face because of the pale skin. Then with a smaller brush, I'm also going to contour my temples as well as the bridge of my nose, really blending this out well. And then I'm going to contour my jawline to give a lot of definition to the face. That is one of the most important things about this tutorial. It really slims down that face for that very vampire look. Now moving on to the brows, I'm going to take a dark brow shade, still a dark brown, on an angled liner brush, and I'm going to really create a strong arched brow look for this tutorial. I'm also going to use a bit of a line sort of technique to create the brows, so lining the edge and then filling it in and then setting that with brow mascara. This has a slight tint to it but not too much to change the colour. Then going back in with that black Kajal liner, I'm going to line just the corners of my mouth, and then I'm going to apply a deep, dark Vampy red to the lips and over that black liner to help blend it out and give a bit more depth and definition. Then with a square lip brush, I'm going to help to even further blend that black out into the lips, and then I'm going to contour under the bottom lip to make it look a lot more plump. Then I'm going to go in with some rigid collodion and create the bite wound on my neck, and then I'm going to colour this with some alcohol inks on a black stipple sponge, first using bruised tone just to give a bit of an infected look, then using a bit of the blood tone right on the bite wound itself, and then a bit of the ultra blue tone just around the edges to add a bit more of that infected look. And then I'm going to contour my collarbone really deeply with that same contour shade. And there you have it, our dark and seductive but deadly dangerous vampire. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with friends, and subscribe if you would like to see more. See you in the next one. Bye.